What is up, guys? Muffin here, and we are back with our Tales of Luminaria video. So, I did post some of this in the community tab, but I figured I would make a video on it as well, because not everyone's going to look at the community tab, and this is actually pretty important information when it comes to Tales of Luminaria, so I'm just going to talk about it right here. There are three things I want to talk about here. First thing, as you can see in front of you, we have this image that has to do with how equipment is going to work in this game. Now, it says power up characters with weapons and equipment. Now, if you paid attention to, or you saw my breakdown of the live stream, I mentioned how they had said on stream that there will be no, you don't summon for these characters. All 21 characters that are part of the story, they each have a separate campaign you play through. You don't summon for them. You have them all for free. So what this tells me is that the gacha system is most likely either going to be weapons or equipment, or both. There are games out that, Tales in the Rays, for example, you just summon for weapons. You don't summon for armor. You have 4 weapons you equip to your character that each have a different art. Then you have, your 2 mirage arts, mystic arts that you can equip, and, some characters have a spirit gear, which is like a 3rd mystic art. But then you also have a game like Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia, which seems like it's going to be closer to how this game is going to handle it, where you have equipment you put on the characters, which you mostly get free to play, and then the weapons themselves are what you get from Gacha, and the weapons have arts that are tied to them and stuff like that. So that's what it seems like this is going to be closer to being. I can totally see, you've got a 4-star armor right here, and then you've got a 3-star armor right here. I assume that these are probably going to be... I actually can't really say. I want to say they're probably going to be free to play, and then we just summon for the weapons. But it could end up being both, where you have to summon for the equipment and the weapon. But I mean, you can see this guy's armor down here is his regular base armor is 3-star armor. So I don't know if you're going to be able to upgrade armor to 4 stars, or if you have to specifically summon for it. But this does tell me that the gacha system is most likely going to be, combined with what we learned the other day, it's going to be an equipment gacha, so you won't be summoning for 50 versions of the same character. Now, this is both good and bad. It's good because once you get a solid set of equipment for a specific character, you probably don't have to summon for a good while. The downside to this is that they can monetize other things. So, normally in a character gacha, if you summon for a variant of a character, and they get a seasonal costume, they get a special costume, like in Christoria, how we have the Jester Zelos, or, Christmas Saray. If you pull that unit, the costume comes with them. Now, for example, in Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia, the costumes are paid packs. You do not get them by summoning the new weapon. You have to literally buy a paid pack, and the costume comes with it. So they could either go that route, or they could go the Tales of the Rays route, where each costume is tied to a weapon. Or like I said, if the equipments are on the gacha as well, like this outfit, maybe that's how you get the outfits as well. I'm not sure if this is just going to be strictly stat-based. Like, if you were to take this 4-star armor and put it on top and replace it with this one, is his outfit going to change? Or are we just going to see a stat change? Obviously, we won't know right now. Maybe we'll learn more in a week when because they did state that the Tales panel at TGS is on October 3rd. So it's a week from tomorrow. So it's next Sunday. So maybe we'll see more about it then, and possibly a release date. But... at least this does give us, because these pictures I'm showing you, and the second picture I'm going to show you in a second, are from the App Store. Which, if you want to pre-register for the game, go to the official Tales of... I have it pulled up here. Go to the official Tales of Luminaria Twitter. For iOS, you click the top link. For Android, you click the bottom link. It'll take you right to the page. You can click pre-register, and the game will download when it comes out. And I'll talk about when I think it's going to come out here in just a second. So that's it for equipment. So let me know what you guys think about how the equipment's going to work. I'm very curious to see what everyone thinks. Now let's move over to the second picture. Team up with friends for exciting raid battles. So this tells... I wasn't sure if there was going to be any sort of co-op in this game, or any sort of competitive thing. I don't think there's going to be any competitive. I mean, they could have an arena like Christoria has. But I'm unsure how it would even work in a game like this. We do see that we do have an auto battle button. For all I know, they could have an arena function that works kind of like some gacha games do, where you don't actually control the characters. It's just your characters, you gear them up, you put them in, and then they fight on their own, and you just see who wins. Or it could be like actual, PvP, where, you do actually fight the other player, or at least fight, AI-controlled versions of other characters. So that's pretty cool. This definitely tells me that there's going to be some good gear to be gotten for your characters from these kinds of events, so I'll be curious to see how that works. Last thing I want to talk about. When do I think the game is going to be released? Now, here's the big thing. So far, they've released 2 gameplay trailers for 2 characters. They released the first one for Leo right after the live stream happened, and then last night, they posted the one for Celia. So this tells me that most likely they're going to be posting 1 per day. Now, could just be my wishful thinking, but considering we're already pre-registering in the App Store and stuff like that, and it's been stated that the game is coming in 2021. It's not releasing, it's scheduled at least to come out this year from different stuff I've seen. So I'm wondering if after the 21 days of 21 characters, if they'll just be like, okay, this is, and then like the following day or at least the week of the final character being shown, maybe that's when the game will come out, which let's just, so from the 24th, I'll count 21 days is 3 weeks. So that would go up all the way to October 15th. That would be, when the final character should be posted. If they do once per day, that should be when that kind of comes out. So I do think middle of October could happen. It's really going to depend what they show us here at TGS next weekend. I'm realistically thinking that by November 1st, I think the game will be out. They do seem to be giving us a lot of information really fast. Plus, I think they really want to have this game out. Because coming off the Tales of Arise, funny to say it like that, people are obviously going to be hungry after beating Tales of Arise for more Tales. And it's actually amazing what I've seen. The amount of positive support for another Tales mobile game just because it has an English dub. It's amazing how you don't get as much trash talking on a mobile game as long as it has a dub in it. So that's actually kind of funny to me. A lot of people seem to be very happy and excited for this game because it's going to be English voice. Now, I have gotten some questions. Why are they dubbing this game, but they're not dubbing the other? Why are they not dubbing Cristoria? There is a very simple reason. These are not recurring characters. All 21 of these characters and every character we're going to interact with in Luminaria is not someone from the past, so there's not a voice actor you have to specifically go back and get. It's not like... you think back to when Definitive Edition for Vesperia came out. For whatever reason, Bandai didn't get Troy Baker back. I don't know if they didn't want to pay him again. I don't know what happened with that. But they didn't get him back, and that's a similar case. There were several English voices for Vesperia that didn't come back for various reasons. So it's a lot easier to just get 21 new voice actors, or some of these voice actors, like Christina V has been in Tales before. You can get people who have already voiced in Tales and just have them voice a new character. But it's a lot easier than getting all these other voice actors from the Tales games that have come out in English already, that already have specific English voice actors, and making sure that everything stays how it is for the fans. So, plus, it's a lot more characters in a mobile game that's like a crossover game, because you've got like 500 plus Tales characters you have to do, where with this one, there's not going to be any kind of crossover. The only crossover I could see happening is if they do like a special collab. Like, I do think that these, even though they don't look in the normal Tales style of characters, like, realistically, these characters look like Fire Emblem characters to me. But I do think that they will eventually go over to the other mobile games. They'll probably do a collab at some point, and then we might get like, okay, here's Yuri and Velvet, put them in Luminaria as like a special collab thing, and it's like a one-time thing. I could see maybe something like that happening, but in that case, they would just get, I don't know the name of the person who voices Yuri now, who voiced the extra lines in Definitive Edition, but they'd probably get him, and then, of course, I think Christina V was the one who voiced Velvet. So they would just get her back again as well. Let me actually look at some of the comments. Yeah. She's Velvet. So that would be a lot easier to do than, some of the older characters, like getting characters from, like, Abyss and stuff like that. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover with this. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know when you think the game is going to come out. Are you more excited now knowing it's going to be an equipment gacha and you won't be forced to really, like, summon every other week? I think this will be good because you can focus on the characters you really care about. Of course, to an extent, you're still going to have to gear up everybody, all 21 characters, if you want to progress the story. But I think it's really only going to matter to really gear characters up for the extra content like events and raids and stuff like that, whatever the extra stuff is going to be there. Now, one more thing I see that's interesting. So, Bastion Forge, it shows level 1 to 12. 12 feels like a very low level, so I'm wondering if your max level is going to be tied to, like, your rank or something. There's some mobile games where it's like, oh, I'm player rank 15, and then your characters can only go up to level 15. So I wonder if it's going to be like that, because obviously 12 is not going to be the max level of the game. That's super low. But maybe it also depends on stuff you farm. Maybe there will be materials you have to awaken characters to get their max level higher. But we'll have to wait and see. Too many questions, too little answers. But yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.